right, we are live, and let me fix this on TikTok. But okay, we're gonna continue candle range theory. Let's talk about what happened today on the charts and how we were right, but we got stopped out. We got stopped out today, but we were right. Okay, so I wasn't sure which candle range theory, which candle in the candle range theory was the strongest. So that's why I got stopped out. I didn't know if it's going to be this 2 a.m. candle, is it going to be this 6 a.m. candle, or is it going to be, or is it like this, the 10 p.m. to midnight candle. So those are the ones I was like looking at. However, it's kind of all of them. The 6 to 10 a.m. candle is the candle you base your CRT off of. So we trade the macros at 9:50, 10:10. So we got in a trade once we inverse this fair value gap. This was a swing low at the time. It's not a great risk reward. And then boom, we got in candle close. We were still having a good bias because we've been trying to get to this point for like all last week, and then we had equal highs up here. So then the 10 a.m. candle stopped us out, gave us a beautiful turtle soup, and then went our way. So today we're gonna back test, and this is the hourly 9 a.m. candle liquidity points. So look how this 1 to 12 you could have caught if you took it all the way to the other side. My take profit was just here, and then there's another one here. This is the one we've been wanting all week, and then it just ran up the rest of the day, right? So this is what we want. We want to catch the big trade of the day. We want to catch the big trade of the day and not get faked out, because we still got faked out even in the macro. This is a 10, 15, 10, 20. We don't want to get faked out. We want to get the best trade possible without getting faked out, something we can trade every day. And if this doesn't happen, we're okay with it. And it lines up perfectly how I said yesterday, 4-hour time frame candle range theory with 1 hour power of 3, because when the candle opens, obviously wait for a liquidity sweep and then wait. But if not, you just want to catch your buy below the body. You know what I'm saying? So I want to actually switch my ICT everything indicator to show me, instead of have it midnight and 8:30 marked, I want to have 10 a.m. marked, 10 a.m. open candle. That is what I want. So let's see if I can do that, if it lets me. Okay. New York is... Okay, hold on. New York, dotted line. Midnight, dotted line. I might not even care about midnight anymore, but we'll leave it on there. I don't know how I can change this though, because I switched this to 8:30 open, and I switched my New York to say 8:30. So I think which is very weird. Let's see if I move it to 9, what it looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this indicator got fucked up, or they like updated it, and I have like an older version, because that didn't even change anything. Show today's session only. Show weekly sessions only. Midnight historical price. Yeah, I have this, but it's not letting me. It says 8:30, but how can I edit that to not be 8:30? This is just the dash and the point. And as you see, there's nowhere else to put 8:30. I remember I changed this to 8:30. And it's on UC4, which is Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, it's not letting me. It doesn't even say 8:30 anymore at all. So if I do 10 a.m., Is that just what the... I might have to mark it separately. Let's see if I delete it and then put it back on my chart, because I want to see the 10 a.m. candle now only. Because honestly, you can just trade that too. You can get on the chart and mark when I get it to go. Our 10 a.m. candle is here. So it opened here because it's a white candle, went below. So once it goes below, you can get a turtle soup. So once we get below here, you can just enter. And then obviously if you want the candle to go lower, once we're above, you enter sales. You see what I'm saying? Like you can catch a power of 3 on the 10 a.m. candle. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna back test this. Let me just see if I can do this indicator where y'all are on. ICT Everything by Cold Bree Wash. And let's see if we can edit it now. It should let us edit it. Sometimes my also I had a glitch today on TradingView. You be having to refresh TradingView every. You be having to refresh TradingView every time you get on your computer now. Okay, let's try this again. Cold Wash. I see everything by Cold Wash. Okay, it's back to its original settings. Is this still 8:30? Okay, this is 9:30. It's the original settings. 9:30 open. I'll leave that one on there for now. But I want my New York to, yeah, it's on UT5. That's why. So you want it on UT4. Show last 4-week sessions. Midnight historical vertical line. I don't need midnight historical line. And then New York vertical, midnight vertical, and then opening price lines. We have midnight, and then I want, yeah, it's still 8:30, and I don't know how to change it to not 8:30. Or maybe I can do, I actually don't even need the midnight line. Maybe I can try to switch afternoon to 10 a.m. and see if it lets me show it that way, or will it still be, no, yeah, it's not gonna work. So either way, I don't even need that indicator anymore. So basically we should get on and mark our 10 a.m. open price. Probably we'll do something like this when we get on the charts now from now on, something like that. So we'll do that now. We'll backtest that now, and yeah, that's what happens. Okay, so I just started on Webull, invested into QQQ, SPY, NVIDIA, and want to do futures. What should I do? Consume a bunch of content. What are you backtesting today? I'm backtesting what we lost this morning. So remember, Tay, how we lost that trade because we got in early. We got in, but it faked us out in 10 minutes. So we're only trading the 10 minute on 10 a.m. We're only trading the 10 a.m. candle, the 4-hour candle, and the 1-hour candle CRT. What should you do? You should start watching ICT and YouTube videos on futures trading first and get a strategy, and then practice. I also have been asked to start doing one-on-ones, so there's a link in my bio if you wanted to book one-on-one sessions with me. I obviously prefer you to go to ICT and YouTube and learn on your own for free. However, I get it if you do need one-on-ones and you really want them with me. There's a link in my bio to do that. But yeah, I'm just backtesting because today, like I said, we got faked out. So let's go to the next session. And we're just trying to catch the power of 3 on the 1-hour or the 10 a.m. candle. That's it. Okay, so here is the 4-hour chart. This is the 1-hour chart. This is the 4-hour chart. Let's zoom out. We already swept liquidity. And there's a liquidity down here. We do have to also let this candle play out because I have this set to 9:30 open or something. And then we do have a fair value gap here. on the 4 hour. This is the 1 hour chart. So then internally, you want to mark out the 9 a.m. candle. And let's just see how they play out again. Okay, swept. Okay, 9 a.m. candle. Now you want it to sweep this buy side and go to the sell side is what you want. So once this candle closes above, then we want to go down to a lower time frame technically. Oof. Or you just take it down like that. Let's see. I mean, we did know it was going to this fair value gap. That's why it's a little iffy. However, I did want to point this out. It doesn't have to sweep liquidity because on Friday, which was I'm gonna show you on the 4 hour. Friday we got this trade, this candle here. It did not sweep liquidity, but on the if we still waited till 10 o'clock, it gave us a better entry. So that was this day. Some of us got in after we inverted this fair value gap. Obviously, if you got in this fair value gap, fine. But this was 10 a.m. retouch for the PO3 on the 10 a.m. candle. The 10 a.m. candle opened up here. So anything below this, we are in buys. So it still works. Yes, you could have see how we got an entry here, but it still came back and tapped us in at 10. So you're not missing out on anything at 10 o'clock, just so you know. Just if you feel like I want to get in before that or still get on 9:30, you can do that. So let's look on the 5 minute what that looks like. And that looks like, let's just mark 10 a.m. candle. Boom. Okay, 10 a.m. candle opened here and already wicked above, so this wouldn't have gave us an entry. So you just could have either gotten in after we inverted this fair value gap on the 5 minute. You could have gotten in once we got a change to state and delivery, which really looks like just getting in at this candle to the top side, and then you can take it all the way down to that liquidity on the sell side. It could reverse from this fair value gap. I usually like to put it at the top of the fair value gap, this is not a great risk to reward. And sometimes these CRT movements aren't great because of oh well, it did hit it. I was just being scary because how short the candles are. So basically, this is what we're trading. I'm only now trading after 10 a.m. So if you join my fair value gap, what do you mean by fair value gap question mark? The 1 hour one or the one we inverted? Okay, so on this strategy, well, number one, I already stopped trading fair value gaps because I trade on the 5 minute. So not all the time, it won't retouch. You see, we had a big fair value gap here, big fair value gap here. It did tap into the second one, but it never tapped into this one. So if you had your entry at this one, waiting at a limit order, you would not have gotten tapped in. So I don't wait for fair value gaps anymore unless they're inverted, or I just get in right at the market structure shift. But this is what we want to trade with CRT. It tells you where the market's going, and you just want to catch the 10 a.m. candle in its PO3. Obviously, it opened, it wicked in the body of the candle, and you technically have to wait for this candle to close. Now, if you're just feeling really confident and you want to turtle soup it off the wick, you can do that. But you won't really know it's a wick for a few minutes. But this is what we want. We want to catch all these, because the one we had today, definitely would have played this. Once we swept this liquidity here and we crossed back in with a big candle, look at this stop loss. You could have full ported on this. You want to catch these turtle soups. Obviously, if you still want a regular setup, we do have a fair value gap entry right here. So that's your entry for a safer entry. And then obviously your stop loss is a little longer, but you could have took it up. And obviously this candle is a 4 hour candle, so you could take it the rest of the day if you like. I probably will take it till noon. Where is noon? Okay, noon didn't go that high, so maybe 1 or 2 or whatever. It might trade slowly, but this is what you're catching. You're catching this whole 4 a.m. 4-hour candle. That's this, and then you can catch, actually it's both the 4-hour candles here. So we have the 10 to 2, and then the 2 to 6. 2 to 6. So that's it. That's all you want to see. So you see how it worked out beautifully. The entry wasn't as great, but it still gave you bias on where it was going. We had a clear for value gap we were targeting on the 4-hour, a clear sign of sell side to target, and if you want, you can either wait for a liquidity sweep back to the upside. Let's see if we get one. Boom. And we do. So far. Let's see if it actually gonna go up. Okay, end of the day, it traded sideways. Cause it's gonna do that, and you're gonna catch these like moves, and it's gonna trade sideways to the end. So that's what I said. You just want to catch these big moves, and I've noticed they happen at 10 o'clock more so than not. So let's go to the next day, next New York session. 1-hour chart, 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart. We already tapped into this bearish for value gap, and we wicked out of it. Love to see that. We already kind of swept this liquidity for this range, but we're just going to see next liquidity is down here. So this is clearly giving the target. It might sweep out buy side on the 1-hour. So we'll see, or the 1-hour can go back up here. We do have equal lows here now, but this candle obviously has not closed. So let's let it play out for a little bit. Alrighty, well, this is the 9 a.m. candle. Still haven't closed. Okay. That's just a day where we just missed it. This might have been the day the 9:30 traders. This candle lines up with this line. This should have been the day the 9:30 traders just would have ate us alive. There's another liquidity point here on the 4-hour, so we can hopefully see if it reverses from there. Or at this point now, we have to just wait for a reversal. Or if you think it's still going down, you want to catch the power of 3 again on the 10 a.m. candle to the downside. So you would have caught this if you wanted it. And let's see what that looks like on the 5-minute. 10 a.m. Again, one of those ones where it was the candle didn't close before it gave you the power of 3. So I'm gonna wait for the reversal back up. Okay. We do have a fair value gap here on the 5-minute. I want a candle close above this though before I feel super confident in going back up. And then on the 4-hour, it is giving a wick to go back up to the other side, which the other side of this candle is up here. So this is the beginning of the 10 a.m. candle. So you see what I'm saying? The 10 a.m. candle on the 4-hour, and then obviously you see how if you'd have caught it on the 1-hour, this is the 5-minute, but on the 1-hour, let's see what it looks like as well. See, it wicked in. So you want to wait for that wick of that liquidity and then take it to the other side. And let's see if it goes. No, this is the trade you would have lost. It continued down the rest of the day. Or, like I said, I wanted to wait for the reversal, but if you were the person who was doing the power of 3 for it to go lower, it gave you a re-entry. So we came here. This was your 10 a.m. candle open, because it's a red candle. It opened high, closed low. As soon as we got up in here with this turtle soup, that's your entry. I know that's hard to see for a lot of us beginners. I wouldn't have took this trade. I would have lost. So I'm not going to say, like, you know, you can catch this. But this is a turtle soup. This is what you want to catch. The power of 3 of the hour candle. If it goes up, you want to catch the bottom of it. If it goes down, you want to catch the top of it. And that's why I would love to have this marked off before I get on the chart. But at least it gave us 15 minutes. Came up. Sweeped you out if you were liquidity here. See what I'm saying? And then, because this is what? No, 9:30 is still up there. It swept this liquidity and came back down. And that's if that's your bias. That's your bias. And then you could have took it. That's a pretty good trade. A 1 to 4 almost. And honestly, the stop loss is down here, so it was a 1 to 4. So this is all this is all we're trying to catch. We're trying to catch the 10 a.m. candle and be right in where it's going. Clearly a down day. Watching that in real time though would have maybe been like, oh, fake this out. But there was no inverse fair value gap. There was no fair value gap made to inverse. We inversed this one, so then that could have been your confirmation if you needed another one. But I'm trying to catch these turtle soups. All right, so let's go to the next day. So in real time, that did look a little scary. It kind of came, it wicked up, and then it came back down. But see, you just would have caught the top of that candle when you get those sniper entries. Obviously, this is going to take a lot of time and a lot of practice, and that's why we're practicing it. But I feel like if you wait till 10 a.m., you'll be better at a lot of things. So we have liquidity there. Liquidity here. It looks like we're already pushing down to take out this one. There is a fair value gap on the 1 hour, but I'm not going to mark it yet. I want this candle to fully, let's see if there's anything else. Okay, yes, there is. We already tapped into this fair value gap on the 4 hour. I'd rather mark a 4 hour fair value gap now with this strategy than a 1 hour. But let's see. We got a wick in it and wicked out. But again, see how it's still playing out? Okay. This is our 9 a.m. candle now. Our 9 a.m. hourly candle. I think we're going to take out buy side up here. However, yes. So if that's your bias, this one does require you to have a little bit of bias in there, which is not fun. But this is the opening of the 10 a.m. candle, if I'm correct. Yes. So let's just see how this plays out. This is a day I'm not sure about. Okay. Swept some liquidity to go down. What does that look like on the 1 hour? Let's see if it keeps going lower, or is this a power of 3 to go higher? Okay. Boom. Power of 3 to go higher. Now, this is still a trade. A turtle soup trade. I don't like it. That's why I didn't take it or note it. But don't piss me off. This is, because technically on the hour chart, this was the high of this 9 a.m. candle, and this was the low of it. It took the high and took the low. So once we got above the high, took the low, and vice versa. Once it took the low, you could have turtle souped back to the upside. But you see how this is a very indecisive candle. That's how you can tell. But I would have got in. I want to get on this turtle soup right here. Right there is the turtle soups I'm trying to catch. Tight stop loss. Again, this is going to take a lot of practice. So don't worry if you don't catch these. However, you can still get in these moves. There's a lot of other confluences. Like, this is 10 a.m. open. Right here. Or are you below it? You could wait until we came back in the range. We have no fair value gaps. We did retap this 4 hour fair value gap. But see how you catch these 1 to 10s, 1 to 14s. Boom. That is the trade. And you know how you know that? The candles. So this one was a candle range of, on the 1 hour perfectly. So you can just trade the 1 hour. 4 hours is how you mark your points. Because see on the 4 hour, it looks like just this to this. We have the 9 a.m. candle. The 10 a.m. candle swept, closed in, and then, we ran. We ran to the 4 hour liquidity. This is how we want to trade every day. This is how we want to trade every day. Who is your broker? My broker is Ninja Trader, and my top step for the funded account. Sorry, I'm really bad at looking at the chat while I'm doing these, so it's kind of hard. But this is all we want to catch. We want to wait for liquidity to be taken out on or after 10 a.m. and we want to take it in the way of our bias if we have one. If you don't, like I said, you can trade liquidity to liquidity. However, we wanted to wait. Let's see what time this liquidity. This is at 10:30. That's why I'm trying to take trades before 10, because this is 10 o'clock. This is 10 o'clock here. Came up, closed. So you could have took this little scalp. And then after 10, I want to catch this. This is what I'm looking for. I'm trying to pace it. I'm trying to catch that time frame where we can really just get on the chart. What we want happens. We execute, we move on, or it doesn't happen and we don't give a fuck. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, we do have a liquidity sweep here. Let's see if there's anything else. There's some under here if it wants to keep going lower before 10 o'clock. And we do, though, have this fat ass gap on the 4 hour that I don't like. So, but it could be a sign to come in here. We already came in here once. Come in here, sweep all this liquidity, and bounce off of it. Is what it's giving. Come in here, bounce off of it. Okay, so let's go back to and we're already close. So, and honestly, since we already swept this liquidity, we don't really have to mark it. We just mark it because, like, sometimes you'll get on the chart and liquidity has already been swept and it's already starting to reverse. That's what happened Friday. So I wanted people to see that we're reversing. And I know some people were like, I didn't take a reversal today. I got off the chart and I was like, well, the reversal is about to happen at 10 o'clock. It came and swept something from earlier. But that's why I will mark stuff like this, just to show, like, some days the liquidity happened at 8:30. And some days it wants to go lower like this and take out some more. Okay. All right, our 9 a.m. candle has fully formed. Okay, now, then we have to go on to the 5-minute and mark this damn 10 a.m. open. It's a bearish candle, which means it went down. So the high, if you don't know how candles work, this is trading 101. A green candle means it opened at the bottom of the body. The wick is the lowest it's been and the highest it's been, and then the top of the body is where the candle closed. For a bearish or down candle means we opened here. This is the highest it's been. This is the lowest it's been, and this is where the candle closed, if that makes sense to you. So if it's a red candle, the open is the top. If it's a green candle, the open is the bottom. If that makes sense. Now, there are plenty of videos on it. So if we want to go lower, we want to come above this in turtle soup. If we want to go higher, we're already below it to go higher. So I'm gonna go back to the 1 hour though, because I feel like staying on the one, we don't have a confirmation to go lower for an entry yet. Okay. I mean, that it did shoot up right after that, so maybe that was our entry. But that's I still want to come back down after that candle. I don't want to trade off that candle like this. Candle open. Candle open. Because see how now it's green, how it's on the bottom? Remember, it was on the top 2 seconds ago before I played. And now it's the bottom. That's how you know you marked it right. You see what I'm saying? You see how this candle was red when we marked it, and it was the top of the candle, the body, and now it's green. See, I thought we were gonna go lower. So you might have a little bit of bias in this, which sucks. However, if I was confident we were going lower, I again could have turtle souped this. And also we do get a market structure shift to the downside here for a safer entry. If you want to wait for it to bounce off this 4 hour value gap, you can do that as well. But see, this is how we want to trade. It's hard sometimes when you want to only catch reversals, and then you can catch the reversal. But now you have to wait for it to come back out of a range. Come back into a range, sorry. Yeah. But you see how this 10 a.m. candle, we caught the wick and then we took it all the way down. This is what you want to catch. This is what we want to catch. We want to catch it. But let's see if it reverses from here. It does. So that was also the trade. Because you can just wait for reversals on this as well. There's nothing wrong with that. College in 2 days, what does that mean? You go back to college in 2 days? Or you start school again in 2 days? I go, oh damn, good for you. That sucks for trading, but hopefully you picked all PM classes. Okay. Even this move here, there was no liquidity in here. I'm sure on the 5 minute there might be one, but we do get a lovely regular market structure shift. And then you could have took it back up, and then hopefully it goes all the way to the other side. Or at least there's liquidity here too, our first stop loss. There's also another trade you could have taken. Let's see how that plays out. Oh, we missed it by a tick, but I think that's a tick. But let's see what that looks like on the 1 hour chart as well. Because like I said, it has to look good on the 1 hour. Hey, I want to learn fundamentals in trading. Any advice on how to get started? Yes. Watch price action videos and candlestick videos first to get the fundamentals. Like you need to know what a candlestick does. You need to know how charts move. You need to learn that before you start learning strategy. I have my classes scheduled so I can trade. Good for you. Trading in college is so smart. I wish I would have traded in college. So this is our 10 a.m. candle. 11 and didn't really sweep this. So basically CRT is like, you know, you're taking these candles and you're catching them. This one was a hard one because we could have honestly reversed out of this tap, but I did have a feeling we were going to take out more liquidity. But I wouldn't have, again, I was bad catching that turtle soup. But like I said, once we closed above the open, once we get above the open, you could have gotten in way up here if you wanted to. That's that turtle soup right there. Again, this is hard to catch. I'm not going to lie to you. However, it still sets you up nicely for a 10 a.m. trade. However your confluences are. If it's still a market structure shift, we're not getting a lot for value gaps though. So if you're a fair value gap trader, you're fucked. But we are getting some like pullbacks. We are getting some market structure shifts to get in a little later. We're getting, you know, pushes on the higher time frames. You know, we're seeing things. And this is why we're talking about too, like you have your bias on the 4 hour, but you don't need to like only trade candle closes on the 4 hour because you could have caught this move and that's just the wick. This candle can still close red as fuck. It can close green as fuck. Like you don't really know. It's a whole 4 hour time frame. Price action candlesticks check. Exactly, yeah. So you just watch videos. I can show you some. Candle stick basics or something like that. This is a great video I sent to everyone. This one, wise trade, how to read candlestick charts fast. I think I watched this and I was like, oh yeah, I know how to trade. Don't watch any candlestick pattern videos. Do not watch candlestick pattern videos. And then price action. If you watch patterns, I mean you can if you want to trade patterns, but I always suggest just watching basics and then you try a bunch of strategies, watching videos and see what strategy clicks for you. Price action though, I can't remember. I took this course and it was so fucking good. And I cannot remember where it is. And it's pissed me off. It was like an hour and a half and it was price action, like general price action. Oh, there's me, we're on live. And it was so good. But this guy teaches good price action for like, not him actually. What's his name? That guy teaches good key trades, key flow trades, teaches good CRT though. This guy teaches good SMC price action, which is still pretty regular to regular price action. However, it is a little leaning more to smart money concepts and ICT. But there was another video that was so generic, and I cannot find it. But if I find it, I'll make a video about it. But I can't remember. But Lewis Kelly used to be Prosperity Academy. That's why I typed it in. I keep forgetting his name. But yeah, the candlestick basics chart is what you need to be looking at, so you know how it moves. But then you'll learn price action, like the market zigzags, it retraces, it consolidates. Like you'll learn that with price action, and then you'll learn a strategy that you like based off what you understand with price action. Okay, I don't like this at all. I don't like these little candles. I don't suggest starting with ICT for fundamentals. But yes, if she wants to just go straight in strategy, yes. But I think she should watch those first. We do have a fair value gap here that was made on that day we took that down trade. See that 4-hour candle? We caught half of that move. We caught the last 2 hours of that move. That's what you want to do. That's what we want. We've already tapped into this fair value gap though. So I don't know if we'll come back to it, but maybe we'll inverse it. Let's go back to the 1 minute, 1 hour. This does not look good to me at all. It looks very indecisive, or it's just a day where I can't clearly see where it's going. We're still in this gap though, so hopefully we push out of it and invert this on the 4 hour, but we could invert it and go lower. I don't really know. We do have equal lows on the 1 hour though, so let's see how this 9 a.m. candle plays out. Now, if this is too complicated for you, which is starting to look like it a little bit for me, you can just trade the 9 a.m. liquidity to liquidity candle strategy. And that is on T-Trades' YouTube. He basically just waits for liquidity on one side, waits for the reversal back to the other side. Liquidity on one side, back to the other side. You don't always have to catch the 10 a.m. candle like I'm trying to learn how to do. I'm trying to like I said, if we think it's going to go higher, we want to catch it going higher. Or wait for a reversal to the downside if that's what you want to trade. Let's see how this plays out. Or wait for it to inverse this gap. Okay, I mean, we almost got a reversal. That was a wick. A wick that said JK. Yeah. I would get in now. I didn't even mark any buy side liquidity at all. However though, on the 4 hour sometimes and the 1 hour, it can easily just come up in the gap like this and just go right back down. It doesn't need to, it will fill a gap and close above it and still go your way basically. So it's a little scary here, but let's just see if it plays out. If not, and or you just wait for the reversal. That's why we back test. We're practicing. I'm not showing how good I am. I'm practicing how right or wrong I am. Okay. I saw that wick on the 4 hour. That's why you watch higher time frames. That's how I knew we kind of might reverse. And that's how you can just trade if you want. You can just, you don't even care how far it runs up. You can just wait for the reversal. And then here, we did get a good entry way up here. Candle close. Way down here though. Which sucks, but you can take it, see if it goes all the way down to here. Or it could still stop us out and go the other way, which is not fun either. Let's see, this is why we play these out. But like I said, before we got on the chart, this looked like a very indecisive ass day. And that's what it was. So, not the best trade. I mean, you could have got in, you would have been in the green on the second trade if you just waited for the reversal. And then you might have had to just sell once we swept. I've said this every backtesting session. If it's trading sideways, just wait for it to come sweep the liquidity it made during your trade and get off the chart. So wait till it come back down, and then you would just sold right here. So yeah, let's backtest now just that 9 a.m. strategy and see how, because we're all beginners in here. If you really get into it, you'll probably find yourself easily passing that 1 hour mark. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at. You think 1 hour a day of studying is good enough over the next month? Really understand? Okay, so in the beginning, you're going to do probably 3 hours a day of studying. I'm sorry to say, 3 hours or more. And then when you start sitting on the charts, you're going to probably sit on the charts for an hour or two. And then when you start back testing, you're going to do probably like an hour or two a day. But in the learning phase, you probably are going to be doing 4, 5, 3. I only did 3 hours a day, but it came kind of naturally to me. This is a shitty ass 9 a.m. candle. I know that. The shittiest of shittiest. And it's probably a small range. So when it's a small candle, if you trade liquidity to liquidity, you're gonna have to turtle soup. You're not gonna get an entry, most likely. So this is what he does, and this is actually a real video by a real fire ass trader. I think, let me see if I can find it. It's like TA trades. No, what? There's two yeah, it's this one. This one here. ICT Silver Bullet from T Trades. And all he does is mark out the 9 a.m. candle high and low, and then waits for one side to be swept, take it back into the other side.
So you're a good cop then?
And you are an assassin?
Oh.
Surprising.
Once I started, I was craving content. Yeah, you definitely will. You'll definitely do a lot. Okay, liquidity sweep, go down to a 5-minute. You'll definitely. Let's see if the turtle soup. And that's the good thing about turtle soups. You can YOLO them because your stop loss is tight as hell. Until you know, like, you can YOLO this. You're gonna risk what? No money to make 10 times more than you fucking risk. So it's like, if you lose it, who gives a fuck? You lost. Boom. Yeah, in the beginning, you're going to just be in a content overload because you're going to be excited about it. However, once you learn a strategy that clicks, you need to just do chart experience and back test like this. Like, I no longer just watch YouTube videos because it will confuse me. Unless I'm learning a specific thing, like, oh, I want to learn CRT. I watched a few videos, like one. Didn't even finish them because they're kind of shitty. But how do we get better at CRT? Back testing. I just start to see it on the chart and see it happen over and over. And this is why we're talking about with CRT, how people just swear it's so easy, liquidity to liquidity. Like, it has to be kind of a story to it. Like, today, we all knew it was going up today. And I kind of thought it was going up on this as well. So this just would have been one of those ones where you just would have tried to catch the PO3 on the hourly. And again, it's not something that is gonna come easy. I'm still learning it myself. But the 10 a.m. candle, hold on. Is this the afternoon? Did I not go to the next session? Because that's what it's looking like. It's looking like, yeah, this is Asian session. Sorry, y'all. I'm like, what the fuck kind of price action is this? Even though everyone on my live last night made money last night on Asian session. And a guy in this group chat I'm in on Instagram. He made it. So yeah, this is basically what I was talking about. So you either could, we have a 9 a.m. candle here. You could either wait for it to sweep and reverse, which obviously it ran up a lot, but then you could have caught this long candle for the reverse and take out the open of 10 a.m. Or you could have just, if you thought it was going to continue, see if you could have got in this play. That's what I was trying to see on the 5-minute, actually. I was trying to see what it would have looked like at 10 a.m. Yeah, not great. The 10 a.m. open was down here, and it just ran up from there. So not really anything super great. But then the 11 a.m. candle, again, not super great either. You just have to catch that shit. And these aren't even really good moves. They're really small. But let's look at the next New York session. And we can go back and look at the 4 hour. Because I feel like the 4 hour just tells you a little more. Okay. Here's our liquidity point. So at this point, you probably want to wait for this 9 a.m. candle to sweep it, or your 10 a.m. candle to sweep this high up here. We did get a little liquidity sweep up here, though, to reverse. And there's one here. There's already two already happened before we got on the charts in case it does want to reverse. So it could easily reverse from here. But you kind of, we're already so close that it's like, let's see. And we reversed. Boom. Took out this. So now let's see if this hourly candle closes green to the upside. And I'll even mark that turtle soup because again, that is a tiny stop loss. If the stop loss is tiny, you can risk it. Look at that, 1 to 20 trade. If the stop loss is huge, do not risk shit like this. Again, see like that. That's what I'm trying to see. Okay, so this day was one of those regular days. But see, this is the 8 a.m. candle. So this is what I want to back test because today the 9 a.m. candle was a strong candle. Sometimes the 8 a.m. candle is the strong candle, and I want to know which one happens more. Because this is a CRT that's the easy one to catch. This is the beginner CRT that you should be able to spot this right now. We have a range. And then we have a sweep of it, and then we close and sweep the other side. Now, again, this is our 10 a.m. candle. Am I right? I might be right, and then I just got in too early. No, I'm still wrong. So this is a candle was been shitty to trade, honestly, because this is very indecisive. So that's just a day you just would have lost. And the price action is still very choppy on all the time frames. If your bias is bear, that's why like sometimes you have to go in with a little bit of a bias. Like today, we all were like, it's going up, it was clear. And some days it's not clear. And that might be a day you just don't trade. And that's what I'm trying to get to a point where I'm just not trading every day. Okay. Bias was bearish, but 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. It's very long for my taste. But let's see what this looks like on the 5-minute chart. Okay. 10 a.m. was here. Here. The 10 a.m. open was here. So this did give you a nice turtle soup. Because you want like candles after the open. You don't want the candle open and wick to only be the actual 10 a.m. candle. You want the 10 a.m. candle to close. You want it to come above with a wick like this. And then you want to get into your turtle soup. You know what I'm saying? This is what we want. So maybe tomorrow when we back test, we do the 1 hour chart over here, the 5-minute chart here, and we see if we can read where the 10 a.m. candle is going to go just off of this. So we can just mark the 10 a.m. candle on the 5-minute. If it goes above, and you know what I'm saying? Like we still need a bias. Obviously, the bias was bearish today. Like I said, we got a liquidity sweep. We could reverse from there, and it did. This is 9:30, so the 9:30 traders got a turtle soup at 8 a.m., which is nice. But we also got another turtle soup at 10 a.m. for us. And I think our trade, I mean, if they held it all the way down, their trade was bigger. But if they just took it to this liquidity, our trade is still bigger. So maybe we'll try that. We'll try that. Some people do like a 9:30 turtle soup. We'll try on the 5-minute and we'll just see when the 9 a.m. when the 10 a.m. candle opens, how it moves every time based off our 1 hour analysis. And then maybe we'll try the 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. too. I don't, because 9 a.m. is here. 9 a.m. open was here. So we did go obviously above it for this was your turtle soup on the 9 a.m. to go above and come down. And we invert that for value gap there. And then we kept going down for our entry up here. So we'll just see. We'll just keep back testing this. We'll trade this in the morning. Obviously, I'm still iffy on it, but I'm just trying to simplify my strategy again. I know people think I'm like doing a bunch of different strategies, but I'm not. I'm really just trying to see. I want one setup in the New York morning session that happens every day. That I can see easily. Like just can take it every day. If it doesn't come, I don't want to get faked out either. I want the least fake outs. Obviously, you'll get faked out, but like 10 a.m. has the least fake outs than 9:30. But obviously, at 9:30 will give you a nice long trade like this sometimes. But we still got a nice trade here at this turtle soup. Just as good, you know. Came back wick. So I want to see like the 10 a.m. candle open. We'll do one more with this. We'll mark 10 a.m. It looks like we're going to this liquidity on the upside. So we want to see that 10 a.m. candle opened here, this green candle. That's not what I want to do. 10 a.m. candle open here. So we want to see it go above, go below if we want it to go higher. And let's see if it actually goes lower first to take out buy side. If we think it's going to reverse, we do have a long wick up here though, to go lower, but I was right, it went higher, obviously. It did not give us a close below though to go. So you would just have to enter it off this inverted fair value gap, and it actually even tapped back in for you fair value gap traders. It gave you a tappy tap tap. But this is it. I just want to trade the 10 a.m. candle, and the 10 a.m. candle didn't even really give us a wick at all. So when the wick is tiny, it's usually the wick of the original candle, which I don't like. But you either get in at the candle close if you're confident in buys, because like I said, for these you want to get in with a small stop loss if you can. If you cannot, then you have to wait for a real confirmation, like an inverse fair value gap, you know, or something. But if you're catching these little wicks of the candles, you can get in off that. This is risking nothing. This is literally risking pennies. Not pennies, but like the slightest bit of money. Hopefully have some fire price action tomorrow. Yeah, I agree. I hope we get some good. So I'm going to come on at 10 tomorrow and practice just trading at 10. I mean, like 9:55, 9:50, and just practice that for the rest of the week, and then backtesting this tomorrow night. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit on the 1 hour. I'm going to mark off 10 a.m. on my chart, and I'm going to keep ES on this side. So we'll stay on the 1 hour. We'll mark out liquidity of where we want to go based off, you know, whatever, and then mark out the 10 a.m. candle, mark out the open of the 10 a.m. candle, and then just see if we can come down a little bit and get back in. See if we can sweep, like maybe it'd be nice if we just swept this liquidity to go back in. That would have been nice, like come down. It didn't, but it still ran our way. So, you know, you just would have just gotten in somewhere. But yeah, we'll just see. We're still learning and refining our strategy, and I'm so close to getting the strategy that I love and am willing to keep going. This candle really would have faked you out, but that was just the pullback in here, which I love. Confident in our bias. That's literally where it was going. Market maker buy. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the morning, and then see y'all tomorrow night.